Welcome to the second part of our film tips series for the upcoming ICTU film competition. This time we are looking at the art of production, getting down to the nitty-gritty and shooting your epic movie. Before you even press record on your camera, there are a few factors you need to consider. There are three main types of shots that you will use in your film. A wide shot, which shows a wide angle of all the action, a mid shot, which generally shows an actor or action from the stomach up to the face, and a close-up, a closer shot, which shows the head and shoulders of an actor. When filming, you should firstly shoot a wide shot of the entire scene, and then move the camera to a slightly different angle for a mid shot and a close-up of a character. It is good to film the action from a few different angles, as this allows more choice when it comes to editing. To avoid the camera jump cutting in the edit, you should move it a little when you're taking a new shot. For example, if I take a wide shot front on of this teddy, I should move the camera a little to the side before I record a mid shot of the teddy. This will work better in the editing than keeping all the shots from the same angle. You should always use a tripod when filming. It makes everything much smoother and more professional looking. You can then pan and tilt to add variety to your shots. It makes the film more cinematic. You should usually have the tripod at the same height as the actor in front of the camera, but you can use a high angle where you look down on a character to create a sense of a meek character. You can also use a low angle, looking up at a character to create a sense of power in the person on screen. Most of you won't have access to professional lighting when shooting your film, but you can make the most of natural lighting to enhance the look of your scenes. It's kind of the same principle as taking a good photograph. If you have someone standing against a window, they will be silhouetted on camera, because the camera will automatically expose for the window. However, it is a good idea to have your actors facing toward the window, so that the natural light will bounce off their face and make for a much more pleasing shot. Try to make sure that the lighting stays similar for all your scenes, or it will be tricky in the editing process. So if you're filming outdoors and the sun keeps going in and out, maybe wait until a cloudier time so that the light is more consistent. It's always a good idea to use a camera which has an external microphone input. This means it has a little socket where you can plug in a basic microphone to use for audio recording. A lot of the cameras these days don't have the option to plug in an external microphone, but this means that you can't bring the microphone closer to your actors. It means that the camera will often be quite far away from the action, and as a result, the sound won't be crystal clear. Here's a link to a decent entry-level kit for equipment that you could look to purchase. The camera is good quality, records on SD cards, and has the option to plug in a low-cost external microphone. You can even pick up basic clip microphones in places like the €2 shop these days. We will talk about adding music and sound effects in the editing video, but the main thing with sound is to always listen to it as you're recording it. If your camera doesn't have the option to plug in headphones, then listen back to the audio after you've recorded a clip. If it sounds good, it is good. But if it's too low or too loud, repeat the shot again. Bad sound can be almost impossible to fix properly during the editing, so get it right during filming. When it comes to shooting, there's a fine balance between not filming enough and filming way more than you will need. Always make sure to rehearse the scene fully before you press record, and be sure that the actors repeat the exact same lines and actions each time. This will make the edit run smoothly. It's a good idea to record each shot a couple of times, but you should need to record it more than 2 or 3 times. The temptation can be to shoot everything, but that is not good practice and it can lead to a very long edit. Rehearse as much as you can before you press record, and try to limit yourself to filming no more than 20 to 30 minutes of unedited footage for your 3-minute film. Be careful also that you film enough shots to allow for a 3-minute edited version. Smartphones have come on hugely over the past few years in terms of picture quality. The one thing that is still not great though is the sound quality. So always try to use a DSLR or video camera where you can. If you do have to use a phone, always be sure to hold it in the widescreen or landscape position. If you hold it in a portrait position, you'll have black bars to the side when you watch it on a TV screen. Remember, TVs are widescreen, so your film should be too. That's a very basic introduction to the principles of shooting. The main thing is to get your camera as soon as you can and familiarise yourself with it before it comes to filming the project itself. Most cameras these days have autofocus, auto exposure and auto sound settings, but be sure to check out all of this first. Every camera will have demo videos on YouTube too, so be sure to take a look at those. Here are some handy websites to look at also when it comes to technical tips for filmmaking. Best of luck with the shoot!